A dark and eerie underworld filled with mist and shadows. 50 ghostly women in flowing white gowns carry large, ancient jugs of water. The water continuously leaks from the jugs, disappearing into the ground. Their expressions are sorrowful, and they move in slow, endless labor. The dim glow of torches flickers around them, illuminating the vast, cursed landscape. An ancient palace in Libya at night. King Danaus, a wise and bearded man in royal robes, stands near a large window, gazing anxiously at the stars. Behind him, his 50 daughters, dressed in elegant but modest Greek-style dresses, listen intently. The room is dimly lit by torches, and a sense of urgency fills the air. The wind howls outside as if warning of an approaching fate. A massive wooden ship sails through a stormy sea at night, carrying King Danaus and his 50 daughters. Towering waves crash against the ship, lightning illuminates the dark sky, and strong winds whip their cloaks. The daughters huddle together, faces filled with fear and determination. Danaus grips the ship's rail, eyes fixed on the horizon as they flee toward Argos. A grand throne room in ancient Argos, filled with noblemen, guards, and torches casting a golden glow. King Danaus stands before the royal court, pleading for protection. Opposite him, stern messengers from King Aegyptus, dressed in regal armor, demand that Danaus's 50 daughters marry the 50 sons of Aegyptus. The air is thick with tension as the fate of the Danaïdes is sealed. A dimly lit chamber in ancient Argos. King Danaus, standing tall, hands out gleaming daggers to each of his 50 daughters. Their faces show fear, hesitation, and grim determination. The flickering torchlight casts eerie shadows on the stone walls, and the atmosphere is heavy with impending doom. Danaus whispers his deadly command, and the daughters clutch their weapons tightly. A silent, moonlit bedroom in ancient Argos. The Danaïdes, dressed in flowing white wedding gowns, stand over their sleeping husbands. Each holds a dagger with a trembling grip. The soft glow of moonlight filters through the windows, casting eerie shadows. The tension is unbearable as the moment before the fatal strike hangs in the air. A solemn and intense scene in the royal court of Argos. King Danaus, face twisted in fury, stands before his 50 daughters. Hypermnestra, looking defiant yet fearful, kneels before him. Unlike her sisters, she refused to kill her husband Lynceus. The guards stand ready to imprison her. The court is silent, filled with judgment, as torches flicker against the cold stone walls. A grand and divine scene atop Mount Olympus. Zeus sits on his golden throne, surrounded by other gods, watching the fate of the Danaïdes. The Furies, spirits of vengeance with fiery eyes and black wings, stand in the background ready to deliver punishment. The Danaïdes, ghostly images, float before the gods, awaiting their judgment. High above the mortal world, atop the divine halls of Mount Olympus, the gods watched. Zeus, seated upon his golden throne, peered down with stern eyes, his gaze fixed on the 50 daughters of Danaus. Before him, the Furies, the relentless spirits of vengeance, stood in silence, their black wings stretched wide, their fiery eyes waiting for the decree. The Danaïdes, their spectral forms shimmering with guilt and fear, floated before the gods, awaiting their fate. For their crime, their betrayal, their sin, Zeus proclaimed, they shall not know rest. They shall toil without end, their hands never free from the burden they chose. So it is decided. And with those words, the heavens trembled, and the Danaïdes were cast down, descending into the depths of the underworld, into an eternity of suffering. A haunting underworld landscape filled with endless mist and darkness. The Danaïdes, now ghostly spirits, endlessly carry water in large jugs with holes. The water drips through their fingers, never filling the cursed basin before them. Their expressions are weary and sorrowful. Dim torchlight flickers in the background, illuminating their eternal suffering. Shadows move eerily around them as if whispering their fate.